Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's live. Today is Sunday, November 10th. So today is, whoa, that was crazy. Google Home. Anyways, welcome to tonight's live, everybody. Today is Sunday, November 10th, day right before Veterans Day. Now, if you guys were keeping up with the market last week, it was pretty crazy what happened with the volatility on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we had the elections, and yeah, I mean, the markets just started rallying like crazy. I stayed out of it because this was going to be the first elections that I've ever traded on. So I was not exactly sure what to expect. So I'd rather just stay out of the market and see how it moves and pretty much learn from that, right? So this is the first elections that I've actively been day trading through. And I just sat out of it just to observe the market. Also, shout out to Teeth Trades. I got myself some like blue light glasses. So hopefully, this helps out with, back testing and all that, especially when I'm recording. It helps keep out all that nasty blue light out of my eyes and helps, maintain my circadian rhythm. So I'm not all jacked up from all these white lights from recording, because I do these lives at 8 p.m. and I'm just blasting white lights all over the house. So hopefully this helps out. Now, guys, like I was saying, on Tuesday, we had the elections. The president-elect now is going to be Trump. So the market started rallying like crazy. Bitcoin market started hitting new all-time highs. This morning, we hit 81,000, which is insane, right? 81K. And we have NAS at all-time highs as well. Everything else is pretty much rallying. Stock market rallied. It was about like $1.2 trillion that went into the stock market overnight, pretty much. And then you also had about $200 billion that went into the crypto market. So crazy stuff. Q4, right? Playing out like as it should. Price action never lies. It's gonna happen. So we were expecting this rally anyways. So without further ado, let's get on the Forex Factory charts. Where are you, my Forex Factory? Right over here. So calendar, of course. So for this week, what we have going on right now is nothing, right? So there's no red folder news. We have Kiwi red folder. That's during the Asian session. That's in about an hour. But besides that, there's really not much going on. Tomorrow's going to be a bank holiday for us here. It's going to be Veterans Day, which is the 11th of November. So we're not exactly expecting much volatility on Monday when the markets close, right? So, but we gotta make sure we watch the markets just in case anything does happen. I'm not expecting anything to happen. I'll observe. Besides that, markets closed. Tuesday, we have red folder news for GBP. That's during the London session. We have Aussie red folder news during the Asian session. We have CPI for the USD. That's red folder 1 hour before market open. Aussie Asian session twice, right? One at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York session time, and then an hour after that as well, an hour and a half after that. Thursday, we see USD, that's red folder 1 hour before the market open. And then we see red folder and also GBP in the afternoon for New York session. Friday, we have GBP red folder during London session. And then we have USD red folder 1 hour before New York open. Cool. So let's move on to our charts. So I did have the Bitcoin chart open up, but we're going to come back out to our regular charts over here. Let me actually load up a fresh chart. I have a lot of stuff marked out that's been invalidated because the market started rallying like crazy. Crazy. All-time high, you got to move the new all-time high. All-time high is about 21,314. Right? We are looking at this on the 4 hour. Let's move on to the daily. Let's clean this up a little bit. Guys, I don't touch these charts after I trade during the weekdays. So I just wait until Sunday, right? And I do all this with you guys here on the live, so you guys can follow along. All right, so I can get rid of this too. Easy oscillator. Let me break that down so I don't get you guys confused. So what do we see? We see that we shattered this all-time high that was right over here. This was at 21,214, and looks like we're $100 right over that, right? So at 21,314, broke right through it. We had this daily, weekly fair value gap here. That was a bearish one that was holding pretty well until it started getting broken through over here. Price action wanted to break through, came right back under, and then election day, Tuesday, the move started coming back up, pumping up, broke through on Wednesday, and then continuation. So we are extremely bullish. I am bullish, right? We're bullish until we're not. So on the daily, we are bullish. We're looking at bullish positions. Here we have our first entry, which would be underneath the equilibrium, the 0.5. So let's draw our fibs. Let's check this out. Market low to current session high. 0.5 is right there. And then right underneath is the fair value gap. We have the 0.62 and then the 0.705 right over here. Order block is going to be right over here. I would use the body of this candle here to be my order block. But we can look at this equilibrium line here. I'm going to set an alert. Set the alerts right here at this 50% mark. That's at 20,624.75. When price action gets down to there, I'm going to look for longs. So we're expecting price action, if it pulls back at all, right? Because it's extremely bullish right now. So let's say like does something like that, and then continuation upwards. That's in a perfect world, but who knows? Maybe it just doesn't pull back, right? The way the NAS is moving, the way the market's moving right now, it's just new all-time highs everywhere, massive pumps all over the place, which is great. That means we're in a bull market. So we're going to be looking for lower time frame entries in order to get into this wave and catch this move. So we have here, you can mark that out. I'll use a trend line to mark it out. That's my daily fair value gap 50% mark. Let's check this out on the 4 hour. What does the 4 hour look like? There's no overlap there, but there's a little bit overlap right underneath that. That's at 2427.50. And honestly, drawing the fibs from the market low to all-time high, you're going to see that 0.705 overlaps with this fair value gap over here. So we're going to set an alert on that one as well. And let's mark it out with the trade lines. Not the trade lines, but the trend lines, excuse me. Label you as well. 4 hour. 4 hour fair value gap 50% mark. Awesome. Cool. We have those marked out. Looks good. Clean this up a little bit. That's been tapped into and mitigated. What else do we see? Not much going on. We have this over here. That's a 4 hour. But I don't expect it to pull back so hard. Yeah, we're just going to focus on those two for now. Daily fair value gap 50% mark over here. That's right below the equilibrium. And then this 4 hour fair value gap 50% mark. That's right around the 0.705. That's going to be a beautiful pullback if it does pull back, right? So that's what we're looking for. Let's move on to gold. Let's see, the all-time high is 2,800. Right now we're currently at 2,684. Looks like we're doing a nice little downtrend right over here. Market structure held here. Did not break through. Bearish for value gap right over here. Did break through though. Yep. Did it? Barely, yeah. It broke through, just barely. Let's see on the daily. Daily, we're on a downtrend. Fair value gap right over here, actually. Let's mark that out. It's pretty sweet. Label you. So this is daily fair value gap, 50% mark. Let's mark that off for you guys. And then we have another bearish fair value gap over here as well. Awesome. Let's lock them down. Cool. Draw the fibs. And then it should be the top one right over there. It should overlap. That's at an extreme premium, which is pretty good. This 0.5 overlaps right with the daily fair value gap 50% mark, which is the equilibrium. So that should be extremely interesting what happens there. We also have this overlap here, this order block. So if anything, like right around here, set an alert right here at this 2725.9, which is going to be pretty much on point with the daily fair value gap 50% mark. Let's go down to the 4 hour, see what we can see on the 4 hour. Tapped into that. 1 hour 42 minutes before it closes. With this, yeah, this is the fair value gap that we were just looking at the 4 hour. That's a bearish one. It tapped into and mitigated it, and it closed above it too. So that shouldn't hold whatsoever. So this shit should just like pump right through this. Then get this like market structure right over here. So that looks really good. So yeah, we'll keep watching that. But for now, we're focusing on those two different daily fair value gap 50% marks. They're in our optimal trade entry zones. So those are the ones that we're going to be looking into getting. And then we are looking for bearish positions. So we're looking for premium zones to shorten, which are going to be anything above that equilibrium. So that looks pretty good, right? So make sure you set your alerts for those two different daily fair value gaps. We're looking for bearish positions on gold. Now let's move on to silver. Silver. What do we see on the daily? Pretty much the same thing as gold, right? That. Clean the charts up just a little bit. Oh, that tapped into that fair value gap perfectly and rejected off it. That's insane. So we're looking for bearish positions. Let's draw the fibs from this current market session high to where we are right now. This fair value gap over here on the daily overlaps with the 0.62. not perfectly, but it's right next to each other, which is close enough. So we're going to base that as our bearish fair value gap. I'm going to set an alert. That's at 33.405. We're looking for price action to come in, tap into that, give us a nice little liquidity sweep on a lower time frame, and then dump. So that's what we're looking for. Price action comes into that, then dump, and then we're looking to seek at this sell side liquidity right over here, like at 30.335. What do we see on the 4 hour? If we go down to a lower time frame, we're gonna see there's an overlap of the 4 hour and the daily fair value gap right inside this little area here, which gives me a lot more confidence that price action will come and test this out, and then pretty much respect that and continue downward in a bearish momentum. This over here is not past the equilibrium, so I don't feel like this is a high quality fair value gap, so I'm gonna ignore that. And then everything else around it, it's just noise to me. So pretty much, yeah, my high quality trade is going to be based off that 0.62, which is that fair value gap of the daily and the 4 hour. They overlap in this area right here. Let's go on to Euro on daily first. Ooh, that was a crazy dump right there. Yeah, because the dollar is so strong. So clean this up a little bit. And like I said, I don't touch these charts until I get onto Sunday night with you guys. So bearish positions, bearish entries. Let's see this market structure high. Buy side liquidity. Boom. Anything over here, this equilibrium, is fair game. So you can see the 0.62 pretty much overlaps with this fair value gap here, and then the 0.8 overlaps with this fair value gap over here. Going down into the 4 hour, what does the 4 hour tell us? 4 hour has a fair value gap over here with the 0.62, and then the 0.8 has another fair value gap over there as well. So those are really, really good entries for us. Let's set our alerts on those two. First alert is at the 0.62, which is 1.10430. And then the second alert is going to be at 1.11315. Remember, we're looking at lower time frames, so like around 5-15 minutes. Liquidity sweeps, nice little turtle swoop inside that area. And then we're looking for it to come right back down. That's when we're going to get into it, because we are looking for bearish positions. We're looking for bearish momentum. GBP. Have this marked out over here. Hasn't retraced back into it yet. Which is so funny. But yeah, looking for that area right there. So price action taps into that. I'm looking for it to dump afterwards. Bearish momentum. Set an alert. And yeah, pretty much we're expecting price action to come back into that. Go down into my 4 hour. 4 hour is going to overlap with it as well. So the 4 hour and the daily fair value gap overlap exactly the same. So we just need to wait for price action to come back and tap into that. Right now we are delivering off this fair value gap, this daily fair value gap over here from August 16th, which is where this green line is. So price action should reject off here, go up, tap into that, and then ping pong down to the next sell side liquidity or fair value gap, right? PD array. So this still stands. My alert is set at 1.3208. Moving on to JPY. Wow, JPY is at a really nice point right now. So based off the daily retracement, right? We are in the OTE, extreme discount zone. It is delivering off this order block over here. Also the 0.8. So we should be expecting price action to come back up. Tap into this area over here, 0.0068380. or it might even just rally up all the way to here, to the buy side liquidity. But right now where the price action is at the extreme OTE zone, the 0.8. So now it's actually a really good entry because it's at an extreme premium, excuse me, an extreme discount. So it should deliver from here. Yeah, now's a really good entry point actually. So you can get the highest risk to reward. Let's check this out on the 4 hour, how that looks like. On the 4 hour, we are rejecting off a bearish for rally gap, but that doesn't have too much weight because that's not in an optimal trade entry zone. That's below the equilibrium, so that shouldn't hold too much. Right now, it's going to struggle a little bit, collect some liquidity, and then just rock it up. This one might give it a little bit of challenge when it gets over here to this fair value gap on the 4 hour. That's where my little red arrow's at. So that's around 0.0068470. That's the only one that should give it any problems. But besides that, it should just tear through that and go to that buy side liquidity. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today for this week's live. This previous week was insane when it came to the price action. Volatility's through the roof. Looks like the bull market is back. The bear market's just not here anymore. Thank goodness for that. We have volatility, we have all-time highs, and we have a lot of money coming into the markets. So I'm super excited for this bull run. It looks extremely volatile in a good way, right? It's something that we definitely needed, and it looks like it's going to be a way stronger bull market than the previous one before us. So thank you for joining me tonight, guys. I'll be here same time, same place next time, next Sunday, next week. And take care during this trading week. Be careful tomorrow during Veterans Day because it's a holiday. It's a bank holiday for the New York session. So careful with trading that. But besides that, have a great profitable trading week, and goodbye for now.